While the bunch spread nasty gets a lot of the press, it's the bunch wide flex that I think goes a little bit underlooked at in Madden 25. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell, and drop a comment below to help push this video out in the YouTube algorithm, because I'm going to show you guys short manipulations and some one-play touchdowns that nobody is running in this game. Let's get after it. Now, to contrast these two formations here, what I want to do is come out in the bunch spread nasty. This formation is really good. I'm going to share with you guys a one-play touchdown out of a play that is relatively underutilized. This is known as the shock halfback wheel. And with this play, what you could do against the cover 4 is run a combo that looks a little bit like this, in which we have a outside receiver on a stem down 1 D-pad click corner, and then we custom stem up this janky corner route that then goes up the field sharply to 3 clicks. Now, this is a cover 4 bomb. I have talked about this before. A lot of people do run this. It's really, really good because it just gets out over the top and then you can freeform it. And you see right here that we're able to catch this in stride for a one-play touchdown. That was an awesome camera angle. But the thing about this formation is the B receiver. When we take a look at his hot routes, I don't have a hot route master right now, but you can see that he gets standard slot receiver hot routes. This is your streak, in, out, curl, post, slant, corner, drag, flat, hitch, basically slot receiver routes. And if we were to have a hot route master on this play, it would add in the zigs, the wheels, and the other routes that you get with that particular apprentice or hot route master. Now, what I want to do here is I want to contrast this against the bunch Y flex. These formations are very, very similar. You see right here that this is a 3x1 bunch. We have the bunch on the right, solo receiver, running back on the left. When we take a look at the bunch Y flex, however, you're going to see that it's a similar alignment, but a different personnel arrangement. We still have bunch for our trip side. We still have a solo receiver and a running back to the other side, but that solo receiver is the tight end. And there is a difference in the routes that you guys can use with that outside receiver. What's up, guys? Just want to say, if you're enjoying this video, this content was on gridirongameplans.gg, my strategy website, forever ago. Right now in the springtime and into the early summer, it's when I start to put a little bit of the stuff that's been on the website out on the YouTube channel. So that way you guys can see what you've been missing. But now is the best time. If you like this content, you're sure to love the website. Take advantage of our pre-sale offer. Madden 26, everything we put out. College Football 26, everything we put out. Combo membership pre-sale available. One or the other, totally up to you. That's every single vault tip all year long, every offensive and defensive game plan, members only Discord access, lab sessions inside the Discord, and I will be uploading those lab sessions for those that are unable to attend live so they can go back and watch and understand everything that they missed. Those lab sessions are great for answering frequently asked questions about the content or the metas of the game, stuff that's in more detail than what you would see here on the channel, a lot of game theory stuff, and you guys are going to get a bunch of meetings notes with those, meaning that you can go straight to the topics that we discuss over the hour. You won't have to scrub the videos. You'll know exactly what we're talking about, where to go in the videos. So that way you guys can get your questions answered quickly and get back to winning more games. Now back to the video. So I'm going to show you guys a couple here that are very, very useful out of this formation. So when I click onto this B receiver now, let's take a look at his hot routes. You notice that he has a lot of the same hot routes, but when you take a look at the trigger hot routes, you could tell that this is a different position in terms of the way that the game kind of interprets this receiver. Rather than a slot receiver, they're viewing this guy as a true outside receiver or a flanker. And you see that that is guaranteed by the fact that the right trigger is the smoke screen, which is going to be the first route combo that I show you here. This is such a good concept that you guys can utilize in short yardage situations. What I'll do is I'll put the player that's the solo receiver on a hitch. I will put the inside most receiver on the bunch on a slant. And then I will have a flat and a smoke screen. This is basically a flat hitch combo to the right side. And the cool thing about this is that I can hit this hitch underneath in this pocket and scamper up the field for about a gain of 8 yards. And this is going to work against hard flat style defenses because we have the ability to make sure that the flat receiver pulls that zone out wide. We have the slant clearing out the hook in the middle of the field. And this is a simple check down to that outside receiver on a smoke screen. The other benefit to this call is that hitch slant combo. This is a great first down stealer and red zone dot because the hitch is going to get the attention of the flat defender, whether it's a curl flat found in a cover 3 or cover 4, or a hard flat if your opponent shades those down. So again, this concept is also quite good because you can go left or right underneath quite effectively. And this little 4-route combo is so useful. So again, I could go to B, I can go to A here, which is the sideline pass lead in a possession catch, and hopefully Rome holds on to that next time. But that's not all that we can do here with this particular formation. One of the things out of the bunch Y flex that a lot of people take for granted is the fact that we can put the running back onto a float. Now, we don't have that hot route master, as I just talked about, but one of my favorite combos to use is a wheel route, where I will put this running back on a wheel. We'll simulate this with a streak instead. Out of the backfield, we still can clear out the middle of the field for him, and we can still run this same combo here with the streak. So essentially with this combo, we're running the exact same thing, but we're adding the running back up the seam. And this is really, really useful because a lot of times players are not ready to use that, or they're switch sticking to the smoke route, or they're worried about the slant over the middle. And that just gives you an extra little route that you can throw. But those are short yardage manipulations that you can use. Let's get into something a little bit better here for the purpose of this combo. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use the ultimate pull down route. This is one of the more slept on, in my opinion, one play touchdowns that you could call. We're going to call the play speed dig here real quick, because you're going to see why I like this so much here. What we're going to do is we're going to use that outside receiver on a comeback route. A lot of players are not expecting a comeback route from this position. Then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to put either A or right bumper on a streak. For the purpose of this, I'm going to put A on the streak, and then I'm going to put our X receiver on a post to the far side. Now, in terms of the player that you didn't put on a streak on the right side and the running back, these are freestyle players. If you don't feel like your opponent is getting pressure, you can mesh them over the middle like this. You could always put the running back on a table route, so that way he attacks the left flat quickly, giving you more space to throw Adams on a drag. And you could also do kind of a similar concept with Adams going to the flat, opening up the in-breaking route for Faalele. Again, this is all going to depend on if you feel like you're getting pressured, and if so, is the pressure going to flush you right in the pocket or left in the pocket? I like to keep my check down relative to where I think the pressure is going to move my quarterback if I have to go off my landmark from the pocket. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set up a rollout combo. If possible, we get a seal on this edge rusher, and I want you to watch how the comeback route pulls down the sideline defender. The streak is going to keep the safety, and there's going to be a giant patch of turf in between Odunze down the field and more on the sideline on the comeback route. So when I snap this ball here, you're going to see, and I've got my check down possibilities. Look at that outside corner bite back, and I can throw this ball up and then make one or two moves, maybe a spin move if you've got a good spin move receiver, and could potentially be a one-play score. I'm going to show this to you again here. This time I'm going to run the other receiver, Adams, on this route, and I'm just going to put Odunze on a drag. Again, you could definitely, with this concept, throw the drag to Odunze. Otherwise, we could roll out here, and you see that I could just hit this ball over the top. I don't have dots. I don't have anything on my quarterback right now. I'm just showing you basic throws that don't rely on any X factors or any crazy abilities. Now, the reason I chose this play speed dig is also important because you see that I've got a stock comeback route to Goddard on this side of the field. This is sneaky because what this will allow you to do as well is a similar call where we can actually kind of create the same combo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to motion Odunze. Now, in this case, Odunze is running a streak in this call. But what we're going to see here is we're hoping for this to open up Adams on the post, and then we have maybe our check down route as a route to more. So again, you're going to see that this comeback route should pull down, and then you could launch this ball all the way over the top right here. Again, our quarterback has no dead eye abilities. We're just hitting these throws. So again, these concepts are basically flippable, or you can create window dressing. I mean, I came out in bunch Y flex and motioned this to basically tight open when you think about it. But we have this unique comeback route working on this side of the field that pulls down that defender, allowing us to launch this ball over the top of his head. Now, of course, if you want to make this throw with a right-handed quarterback rolling left, I would make sure that you guys have dots on your quarterback or running gun on your quarterback to make this better. But again, you see that the unique look of this formation, in which we have the ability to have a comeback route to either outside receiver, opens up the one play potential against the cover 4 shell, which is far and away the most commonly run defensive shell in the game. So now you've got these can opener type throws that you can constantly make. And then we have all these checkdowns as well. You take a look at the bunch Y flex. Look at all the zigs and pivot routes that we have. Motion drive zig, point on a return route. Motion inside post, flanker on a return route. You take a look at some of the others here. Smash return, outside receiver, again, that flanker on a return route. And of course, the ability to hot route zigs to really any of the other three options, which would be the tight end and the two inside receivers on the bunch side. Again, the outside receiver is considered an outside receiver in this look. However, if we go over to the spread nasty, again, all of those receivers are considered slot receivers in this formation. So that gives you the ability to zig anyone on the field. And the best part about this is that we really have the ability to kind of interchange these two formations. A lot of players aren't going to really understand what's happening when you audible from spread nasty into bunch Y flex. It's basically the same exact alignment, just with a receiver going to the other side. It's basically one formation, the tight end solo, and the other formation, a receiver solo. But then they're really not going to be ready for the different route trees that you have afforded to you when the outside receiver in this alignment is a outside receiver, and the outside receiver in this alignment, which would be Adams, is now considered a slot receiver for the purpose of zigs and all kinds of different, routes that you could throw. Again, all these auto motions. This is such a good formation that I think you guys really need to take a look at both of these formations. I'm in the Seattle Seahawks offense for this video. I'm going to get up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and check out our Gridiron pre-sale while time lasts. Best deal in the tip space. Go do it. Seriously, really, truly, go take advantage of it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Till then, this is Zan. Good lab and good luck.